Welcome to Archetypal Atrocities, the show where we play bottom-of-the-barrel Yu-Gi-Oh! Archetypes. Each week, Jules and myself will spin a wheel to determine what archetype we'll be playing for that week. In addition, we'll open 3 specially curated packs and pick a card from each of those packs to use in the deck for that week. We are allowed to play staples, but only if they support the archetype we get, and we can only play 1 copy of them in our decks. The winner of each week will get an extra pack they open for the next episode, while the loser will get to spin a loser wheel with multiple results on it, such as choosing your opponent's deck or moving an archetype from your wheel. The loser will also be able to play 2 copies of a staple as opposed to just 1. Now that that's out of the way, let's dig into some trash. Alright, well, that didn't go too well. We got decimated. Turns out penguins are a really hard counter to Ghost Trick. Who would have guessed? I was thinking in my head, I'm like, people might be mad we put Ghost Trick on this archetype. It might just steamroll, and it did not. This deck does not hold up at all in a deck that can just go fast. It's a tempo deck that definitely in a show like this needs outside help to be good. It needs those outside stall cards, which we really only had towards a Revealing Light. So we lost pretty handily. Hopefully it's not the same this week, and because we lost, we get to spin the loser wheel. We can either move an archetype from our wheel, we can pick Jules' archetype, we can reroll a stable pack, and let's go ahead and see what we're getting. Last week we got a wild card. I hate this wheel because the colors annoy me, but we'll see what happens. And it looks like we will get another wild card. Sure, why not? Alright, and we got the wheel. Honestly, I don't know if the weights are the same as last time because I accidentally deleted that wheel, but we'll go ahead and we'll spin it to see what wild card we get for this week. Hopefully it's a good one. Super Rare was pretty nice last week, even though it got destroyed immediately, and it looks like, oh, we got a secret rare, let's go! I think we only have 2 secret rares. It's like Pot of Greed and something else. We're probably going to be playing Pot of Greed again because it's Pot of Greed. I don't remember what the other secret rare is. I'd have to look, but that's very cool.
You know, after last week, I almost feel like anything's possible. Like, we didn't just win with Penguin, we kind of dominated with Penguin. And sure, it was a pretty good matchup, but Penguin was probably one of the worst decks on the wheel. So as I'm spinning here today, I wonder what can truly test us now? What can truly stumble our spirit? What can... Oh, God, You know what? I think they got a broken card recently. Didn't they get something? I saw a 10-minute testing or something with Cloudians having a new engine now. Maybe? I definitely hubrised a little on this one.
So we got a secret wild card, and let's go ahead and see what deck we're playing. Hopefully it's one more fun. I'm not really much of a tempo player. I've never really been a tempo player. Not that we had a chance to even stop making tempo plays. And it looks like this week... Oh, no. I hate Alien so much. Oh, no.
Well, there's just no getting around it. We have to build a Cloudian deck, which means that our packs are going to be very important this week. Even though it's just a simple 3 slots in our deck, they could potentially be the only good cards in our deck. So, let's see what we got. Okay. You know what? If we're gonna have some power 1-ofs, choosing between Triple Attack or Soul Charge is probably the kind of power 1-ofs we want to be dealing with here. Threatening Roar is also an option, but realistically, it's probably going to be the Soul Charge, right? It's Soul Charge. Next pack. And okay, Tribute to the Doomed isn't bad. Book of Moon's not terrible. Vengeful Bog Spirit won me a game last week. Maybe it will do the same. I don't think Foolish Burial Goods is really relevant here, and Jar of Greed is if we, for some reason, don't want Book or Tribute, we have Jar of Greed as if we need to fill a slot. And now for the last pack, and oh, well, hey there, buddy. Cyber Jar is funny. I don't know if it's great, but, neither are Cloudian, so maybe. Bog Spirit's also an option, but, I'm kind of looking at this Cyber Jar. I'm not going to say these are, amazing pulls, but we got Soul Charge. It's gonna be something,
Alright, well, we're playing Aliens, so let's see if any of the packs will get... Okay, we got a Mind Control, that's pretty neat. Vengeful Spark Spirit's actually pretty good for aliens, I would say. I'll probably be playing that, I would have to say. Alright, and we got pack number 2. Hopefully something cool. Upstart Fairy Box is actually very good. Source Threatening War, Smashing Run also. This is actually a pretty solid pack. Probably Fairy Box because aliens kind of have to stall, so we're probably going to be playing a stalling strat with alien. Our last pack of the day. We got an effect rare. We got an ultra rare. We're probably not going to play it unless... because... might just probably play another Vengeful Box Spirit, which is probably the right play here. Sandgen maybe, because I think a lot of aliens have low attack. Sailor Pain is also just one of my favorite cards. I think that card is super cool. It's like a top 5 card in Yu-Gi-Oh! For me. It's not a good card, but it's a very cool card. I think said like effects like that are really cool, and I wish Yu-Gi-Oh! Did more of them.
Well, I'm just going to keep this one brief for all of our sakes. I got Cloudian. It's an archetype where its only real claim to fame is Turbulence, a card which somehow doesn't have a hard once per turn, meaning that Smoke Ball can just be summoned basically infinitely if you open well enough, allowing you to do somewhat actually impressive combo plays with Link Climbing and the like. However, this is Archetype Atrocities, where we're not allowed to play off-archetype cards, and my packs didn't have a single extra deck card in them. So my options are limited from our very small generic pool, and as such, we're playing basically main deck Cloudians, which means our win conditions are going to be Eye of the Typhoon and Nimbus Man. I know, I'm as excited as you are. The deck isn't, stone cold unplayable. Turbulence and Aerosol and Smoke Ball are still a pretty strong resource loop that can at the very least set up bodies so we won't be dying instantly. Our pack cards, although not extra deck, were pretty powerful with cards like Triple Tack, Tribute to the Doomed, and Cyberjar. I so desperately wanted to play the Soul Charge, but with, again, no real extra deck plays to make, this would be the one deck where Soul Charge somehow isn't broken. And I don't want to subject you guys to a fair Soul Charge. I could never. So we're on the equally broken Triple Tack instead. Well, not even close to equally broke, but in terms of this series, it's probably as backbreaking of a spell card as you can land. My biggest hope is that I get to play this on turn 2 and hopefully ride my way to a stolen victory off of the Change of Heart mode, if we're being honest. I could explain more of the deck, I really could, but it's Cloudian. Most of these cards, are going to place fog counters, not want to enter defense mode. Some of these are removal. Speaking of, Zero Stratus is one of our better cards and also adorable. I guess I'll shout them out real quick. But really, this is all it is. It's a Cloudian deck in its purest form, and something tells me our luck from the Penguin episode will not follow us here. But hey, let's find out.
I'm back from the alien invasion. They took me and they told me I could come back to Earth if I win with aliens. So let's go. That's why my beard, I haven't shaved in months. My hair, I haven't gotten a haircut in months. It's a mess. But if I win, I can come back. So let's go over the card by card. The power of aliens. I really fucking hate this archetype. We have 3 Alien Armor Knight, which is basically just the main tune, and when it's summoned, you can target level 4 lower alien in the grave and special summon it. The only downside is there's only one synchro monster, and it's a level 5, so it only works with level 4 alien monsters, and there's not that many of them. 2 Alien Dogs is when an alien is normal summon, you can special summon it, so kind of a free body. I don't want to run 3 because it might be a little bricky at 3, so I think 2 was a nice kind of softball for it. 3 Alien Grey, just a flip, you put an A counter on an opponent's monster, and then when it dies, you just draw a card. When it dies, you want it specifically flip face up, so pretty much only in battle. 1 Alien Mother, it is a tribute monster, so I don't want to play more than one, but when it destroys a monster with an A counter, it's basically a Goyo Guardian, which is pretty nice. 3 Alien Overlord, it's an easy special summon since there's so many ways to get A counters on the creatures. You can just remove 2 from anywhere to just special summon it for free, and then you can put an A counter on each face-up monster the opponent controls just for free, which is pretty nice. Level 4 Alien Stealth Buster, probably its best level 4, just when it's ever sent to the graveyard, you can put 2 A counters on a face-up monster, and then you can banish it to destroy a card with an A counter on it. 4 Alien Warriors, just when destroy bounce in the graveyard, you have 2 A counters on the monster that destroys it. Not that great, but it's a decent body. 3 Alien Shock Trooper, just 1900 vanilla. This deck is not very good, and if Jules is on something that we need to kind of beat with combat damage, is one of the better beaters we have that doesn't go into the extra deck. 2 A-Cell Breeding Devices, just put an A count on each face-up monster. Only one, rather, not each. Can't have a good card with Alien. 3 A-Cell Combination Device, probably the best card in the deck. You can target a face-up monster and just pretty much Foolish Barrel an Alien into the graveyard, and then you can put that many A counters equal to its level. And then you can banish it to just search out for any alien monster, so it's kind of the searcher, kind of a weird one. You can't do it the turn you use it, so it's kind of awkward, but still very good. Playing 2 Forbidden Chalices in case Jules is on like some kind of effect strategy, and we do also have the attack boost for stuff like our Alien Shock Trooper in case we do need to win by damage. 3 Mysterious Triangles, just destroy a monster when they count and supposed to summon a level 4 alien monster. It does have to specifically be level 4, which is very awkward, but it's still a free special summon and a pop, so we can't not play it. Pot of Greed, we got our secret rare wild card, so that's why we are playing Pot of Greed this week. Viper's Rebirth, we're only playing 1 because we could technically play 2 because we lost last week, but it kind of can be bricky if we have a non-reptile in the graveyard. Pretty much, if all the monsters in your graveyard are reptile, you can target a non-tuner and special summon it, but it gets destroyed. Kind of a nice way to recur, kind of link climb, synchro climb, that kind of thing. 3 Alien Brain, this card is very funny. If a reptile monster you control is destroyed by battle, you can pretty much take control of a monster that destroyed your reptile monster. So very funny. All our cards are reptiles, like 95% of them. So this is why we were playing this card. Pretty much technically a strictly better Snat Steal. Cell Explosion Virus, just a very funny card. If Jules attacks with any monster that has an A counter, this is just a Mirror Force, so that's very funny. 2 Fairy Boxes. We are an alien, so we kind of need some stall. So that's why we're playing the Fairy Boxes we pulled. And then fun fact with aliens, they just have a virus card for some reason. You can tribute an alien monster and destroy all face-up monsters with no A counters, and then each card the opponent summons after the activation for 3 turns, they just get an A counter. Not as good as something like Deck Devastation, but still very funny. So that's why we're playing 3, mostly for the fun factor. Our side deck is full of just random alien cards that we will likely not play. Pretty much Alien Kid and Jules is on like a lot of special summoning. This lets you pretty much just distribute a bunch of 8 counters for free. This is Archetypal Atrocities, so a bunch of special summoning is not very likely, so that's why it's delegated to the side. Alien Mars, if she's on like a lot of effect monsters, we can pretty much negate those. Alien Skull, you contribute 1 level 3 or lower monster on the opponent's side to summon it. So if she's on like a lot of good level 3 and lower monsters, not that there's very many of those, then maybe, but unlikely this will ever go inside. Alien Telepath, pretty much if she's on a lot of back row, we can move an A counter from a monster to destroy a spell trap card. If she's not, then there's no real reason to be playing this card in the main. 1 Razor Lizard, just a funny, pretty much just a drill roid. So if she's on like a bunch of setting and passing, we have access to a Razor Lizard to just pretty much drill roid a card. And then we played Night Beam in our side deck. These are 2 cards we got from our packs, and since we lost last week, we get access to 2 of them. Pretty much just back row removal. Pretty good back row removal because you can't actually chain the card to its activation. If you want to use the card, you have to chain a different card to chain the card that's targeted by Night Beam. So pretty good, especially in this series when we don't have access to that many good back row. Into the extra deck, we have Cosmos Fortress Golgar. You do specifically need Alien Ammonite to make it for some reason. And you can select any number of face-up spell trap cards and return those to the hand and just distribute A counters equal to the number of cards returned. And then you can just remove 2 A counters from anywhere to just destroy a card on the field, which is nice. Also 2600 body, definitely not bad. Playing 1 Reptilian Museline, it does need a Reptile Tuner, and it is a level 8, so we pretty much need a level 4, level 3, and the Alien Ammonite to make it. Odds are we're not going to make it probably ever, unless it's under a very specific circumstance. But if it's synchro summon using only reptiles, which it does, it can't be destroyed by battle or card effects, which would be very good for this series in particular. And then once per chain, whenever a monster activates an effect, you can target one face-up monster your opponent controls and change its attack to 0. And if this card's ever sent to the graveyard, you can just add a reptile monster from your deck to your hand. A very good card if we can get it out. The odds of us getting out are very slim, but if we do get it out, we basically just win the game. 1 King of Feral Imps, just a reptile searcher on an XZ monster with a decent body. It does need level 4, and we're only playing a small handful of them, but if we ever need a searcher, we have access to one. And then we have Alien Shock Trooper. You can discard a monster and then distribute its levels as A counters to any monsters on the field. And if it's ever destroyed by battle or card effect, you can special summon a non-link reptile monster with different names up to the number of creatures the opponent controls that have A counters on them. So kind of like a big recursion, you can discard a alien monster to just summon a bunch whenever it gets destroyed. Decent effects, but not the greatest. Our main boss monster is going to be the Cosmic Slicer Zero. I said that very right. So monsters you control with A counters are just switched to the present position and they cannot activate their effects. So if Jules has a lot of monsters that don't have good defense, then we have access to a very easy way to get rid of a lot of them. And then when this card is link summoned, you can add a card from your deck to your hand that has the effect of just placing A counters on a monster, and then you can move 2 A counters to get an extra normal summon. Very powerful card. There's a link 3, so it will require some work to get to, but if we do, we're probably in a very good spot because it has nice stats, nice effects. Hopefully this will be enough. I'm not a fan of aliens, but I mean, hey, we're going to try our best and see what happens. Alright, episode 4. I am looking to the B tie the series because I don't want to go down. I thought I had more to that.
Well, if you're gonna tie it up, today is probably a good day for it. Cause it was funny in my in the wheel section. I was kind of talking. Penguins is so bad, we really can't do much worse. So I felt really energized and confident while spinning that wheel, and then I saw what it hit. I was like, oh, it can get worse.
Well, for what it's worth, I am playing probably what might be my most hated archetype just in Yu-Gi-Oh!, not even just on the wheel.
Oh, dang.
So, regardless of the outcome, I don't know about the level of fun I will have, because I do not like this archetype at all. But
oh, boy.
We'll see. I mean, you can't see it right now, but the viewers see what my hair did. I hope you all appreciated the bit I did, because looking at it, I have to deal with this now for like a half hour. Anyways, what I'm not losing in is rock, paper, scissors. I'm still up, and I want to continue my streak of going up, and it's just that easy. RPS champ. I don't even know if I want to go first with this. I just kind of did.
What is this hand?
Oh,
this hand's terrible.
This hand kind of does nothing. So I'll go ahead and just do a double set and pass. Have a little more, still got some mystery on what I'm playing.
Okay, well, I drew a card, so let's think for a moment. Oh, I misread a card. Funny, this card does just not work in my deck.
We've all been.
One of my generics, I misread the attribute on it.
Oh.
Oh well, it's a one of, so it's fine. It's discard fodder, I guess.
There you go.
So I guess that does make my turn a bit more simple, because I go normal summon. You're gonna get to know what I'm on. Cloudian Turbulence.
Hey, let's go. Okay, I'm with.
I'll put a counter on Turbulence because there is one Cloudian on the field.
Okay.
I will remove said counter to special summon a smoke ball from the deck.
Okay. I do like how it lets you special summon one from the opponent's graveyard just in case you run into the Cloudian mirror.
Alright.
Cute little smoke
so
ball.
it's main phase 1. Then I'll play the only good card this archetype has besides Turbulence, Aerosol.
Aerosol.
I will discard a Cloudian in hand to give a Cloudian on the field that many fog counters equal to its level. So I will discard Acid Cloud to give 4 counters. Yeah, I will remove to...
Oh, that's not once per turn. That's...
It sure isn't.
I was gonna say that's crazy, and then I realized this is Cloudians, and since we're playing them pure, like they can't only do that much. I don't think they have.
If I was playing non-pure right now, this is the nuts. You just open Turbulence and Aerosol, and you can start link climbing.
Yeah.
But I only have 1 link in my entire deck, so time for you to meet Miss Starboy.
Oh yeah.
And then to bring back out. And then I will activate Fog Control to tribute a Cloudian to add 3 more counters.
Just keeps going. This would be so insane if you had more than 1 Link monster.
Yeah.
Like if you have like a bowl sword, you just have game on board.
Pretty much, like it. But instead, what I like.
Just miss Starboy spam.
Only got the 1 Starboy because I was even the winner last week. So, but there was a number monster which isn't entirely like an on-theme card, but it requires max out of every smoke ball I have in the deck to make it. So I
Okay.
was like, you know what? That's somewhat enough on theme. It can be the one thing I have to use these smoke balls for.
Okay, I'm excited.
Then I'll overlay
The triple.
four. Let me make sure I have this in the right battle position. Yes, for number 54, Lionheart.
Okay.
And now that I have this amazing board, I will
I read
move.
this code and I was like, that's insane. And then I just saw how much its attack is.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, the effect is pretty decent. It's like a body, but like
Yeah.
it itself will be doing nothing. It's only decent if like you ram into it
Yeah.
or give me things to ram into it, which isn't the best.
An
All right,
ideal.
so attack for 19.
Okay, so it's
Yeah,
yeah.
these are both in the grave.
I'm gonna
I'm
activate the
so bad
fairy
about
box.
No.
We got one. Alright. And has something that's never failed me is tails. So that's why we're gonna pick tails.
Uh-huh.
No, it failed me. I've been
All right,
betrayed.
so that's 19. And then here's 13 if fairy box lets me.
Alright, surely it doesn't not be tails twice. It's just that easy.
And then for 100.
Alright. You'd expect me to pick heads now, but it's gonna be tails again. It's just that easy. I'm not taking
Damn, not my
100.
hundo.
I'm taking more from fairy box than I would have for that.
Well, that is physically actually, yeah, I can't even smoke ball because they're all still attached. So,
Alright, stand by main. That's an interesting draw. Alright, I'll pay for fairy box.
uh-huh.
Alright, I need to read what this does.
Actually, no, I'm dumb. The card I thought was dead does actually work. It's just that like for some reason the Cloudians have like split attributes and split typings for like no
Uh,
actual like gameplay reason. They just kind of do.
uh,
So some of them are wind, some of them are water, some of them are fairy, some of them are not.
I see. That's random. Okay.
Yeah, it's weird.
Okay, this is gonna be what I'm playing. I'm going to.
Uh-huh.
This is gonna be a really weird.
Uh-huh.
I'm going to normal summon the alien gray.
Oh, I see.
I'm going to trigger the effect of alien dog to special summon it and put 2 A counters on a monster you control.
Hmm.
I will choose.
Oh, this is really terrible for dueling book. Don't they only have one type of counter?
Yeah, I realized that after you,
We'll track A counters in the match chat. How about that?
that works.
So people on screen can see it because, like, if you wanted to put them on turbulence right now, we'd instantly have
Yeah.
a weird time.
Okay,
So what's gonna get the A counters?
I'm torn between Starboy and Lionheart right now.
Oh no, my Lionheart's gonna lose attack.
That's true, actually. That's funny. I think I'll put it on the Starboy, but we don't need to worry about that because I will activate Mysterious Triangle to destroy it, and then I can special summon a level 4 alien monster from my deck.
Yep.
The annoying thing about aliens is their synchro needs a specific tuna monster,
Mm-hmm.
and it's so annoying because it's so.
At least you have a synchro. I'll take anything at this point.
That's honestly pretty fair.
I'd take a Link one with no effects.
Alright, yeah, we'll get the. Oop, that's not what I wanted to do. So yeah, put that back.
Yeah.
I don't remember what zone it is because zones are very important in this matchup. Okay, so now alien self person level 4. Okay,
One of these days I'll get an archetype with an extra deck, and then you'll be sorry.
I mean I've had it the last 2 weeks and it didn't help me at all.
That's fair.
Okay, I'm going to link 3 off whenever doing the book lets me. Okay, and link summon the Cosmic Slicer Zeol.
boy,
And then
that's an actual boss monster.
and stealth must will trigger since it was set, and I can target the face up and put 2 A counters on it. I will choose the I'll choose the turbulence actually.
Right.
And so this will also prevent it from. So it's changed to defense position, and you cannot activate its effects as long as Slice is on the field.
Change to defense?
Yeah. Oh, that's right. I forgot it does that. Okay, and then also.
Yep, that's Cloudians.
I wasn't even thinking that. Okay. Intentional. All right. And then it was Link Summon, so I can search out a card that puts A counters onto any monster. Yes, I had the A cell recombination device.
Mm-hmm.
You got everything that the hand has an effect that places A counters. Okay. And then.
Yeah, it's not a broken card like Cloudian Turbulence.
Okay. I will activate Viper's Rebirth since all my monsters are in. Wait, no. I will not. Non-tuner. Yeah, okay. I can't use it. I just have to spell summon a non-tuner. I guess I'll just bring the dog back out. It doesn't really matter.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to activate the A cell recombination device so I can target a monster on the field and send one alien from my deck to the graveyard. And if I do, I can place. I did not read this card right. Oops. Oh well. Oh well. I just. Oops. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. So I'll target this, so it'll get an A counter equal to the number of levels of the monster I sent to the graveyard. I thought I needed to send an alien from field.
Oh, okay.
Which it does not.
How many counters does it get?
That will depend on what I send, which I think I just send. Yeah, I'll send the dog.
Right, so 3.
So we'll get 3.
Cool. I can't put the counters on him because he's not a Cloudian, so.
So he's changed the defense position and.
Oh no, he can be destroyed now. Damn. Just outed my whole board, which it wasn't an impressive board, but you sure did out my entire board.
Apparently, aliens also hard counter Cloudians when this is on the field. Finally, redemption from last week. Oh, and this is destroyed because I'm stupid and I can't read my codes right.
Oh, right. Well,
I will say that's probably the best alien opening. If I didn't draw another alien, there was nothing I could have done that to.
I am not dead yet, I suppose.
This is alien. It's definitely you're pretty far off from being dead.
It's gonna pass.
Interesting. Stand by main. Ooh. So in my
because I don't win this game if I just set this one monster in hand as like a chump blocker. So I have to just hope you can't kill me.
All right. Well, this might help because in my loser wheel I got a wild card and it was a secret rare I call because I'm activating Powder Green.
Of course. I also pulled a secret rare in my packs, but I didn't run it because despite the card being a banned card and completely broken, unplayable in this deck.
Yeah. Well. You can soul charge, and if you get Lionheart back into
it was soul charge. It was in fact soul charge, but like soul charging to just like maybe make a Lionheart isn't like I couldn't bring myself to play a fair soul charge, so I just didn't run it.
That's fair. Okay, I'll activate the cell to banish it and just add an alien. I think it's a monster. Yeah, I will add to my hand the alien Ammonite.
Mm-hmm.
We'll normal summon it, trigger the effect, special summon level 4 little alien monster. I will choose the Stealth Buster. Synchro them off. For the Synchro monster, the Cosmic Fortress Golgar.
Oh boy, what does it do?
It pretty much can remove 2 A counters from anywhere to destroy a card you control. Alternatively, the other thing only affects face-up spell and trap cards. Which, actually, speaking of, I think I'll safety pay for Fairy Box. I don't think I need it, but I'll be safe.
Yeah, that's reasonable.
I will move to combat and attack in.
I'll take 26.
Second 26.
Second 26.
Alright, main 2. I will set a card. I'll activate the A-cell breeding device. So each standby, I put an 8 count on a monster you control.
Gotcha.
And I will pass.
Well, I drew a spell card, so that didn't do it.
Woo! Game 2.
I guess I'll go first. Like,
I think that's the right play.
I don't think, like... Okay,
this hand is significantly worse. If I could have sided things out, but I just didn't want to bother reading my side deck again.
This is definitely a brick.
Cloudian's bricking? I would never.
I guess... Oh. Normal summon Cloudian Ghost Fog.
Okay.
I'll set 1 and pass.
I was going to say untap. I'll just draw. Oh, that's kind of cool.
Oh no.
That's actually a very interesting draw. I will activate the A-cell recombination device, targeting your Ghost Frog. And
Giving it an A counter.
I'll give it some, and I will give it... what do I want to send? I'll send the gray, so I'll get 2 counters.
Alright.
And I will remove 2 counters to special summon the Alien Overlord. So once per turn, I can place an A counter on each face of monster you controls, and then the usual A counter effect. I don't think I do anything too interesting. Go to combat, attack the Ghost Frog.
Alright, Ghost Fog will die, and then your guy will get 6 fog counters.
Okay. I don't know if Cloudians have any way to interact with this. I'm kind of afraid they do. I don't know enough about the cards.
I think there's 1 or 2 that just removes them from anywhere on the field. If I'm not mistaken, kind of like kaiju counters for Waterfront.
Oh, okay. I see.
If I'm not mistaken. I could be misremembering, because I read these cards, and, like, it's Cloudians. I didn't, stay too long on them. Okay, I have cards now. I have cards. I have things. I can maybe even make a play.
Exciting.
I will start by normal summon Acid Cloud.
2 phones or so on spell trap card. Yeah, that's fine.
It gets a fog counter. I will special summon Storm Dragon by banishing the Ghost Fog in my graveyard.
Okay.
Oop, not back to deck. No. I will... There we go. And then I'll make sure I shuffle this. There we go. Alright, so once per turn, I may place a fog counter on the field, so I will give it to Acid Cloud. And then I will remove both to pop this back row.
I think that's gotta be fine. I really wanted to use that. It's my alien brain. I can just yoink a monster. It's a strictly better Snatch Steal.
And then I will activate Fog Control to tribute and place 3 counters. I'll remove 2 to blow up the other back row.
I guess I'll chain it. I mean, it's gonna die either way.
Gotcha.
Pretty sure it keeps its counters. I actually don't remember how that works. I can't find it. I'm just gonna say let it keep the counters because I'm not afraid of its effect.
Sure. That's the real answer. It's Cloudian Acid Cloud.
I wanted to know just for the sake of knowing, but it proved to be way too obnoxious to figure it out.
Yeah, especially since one of those counters did not come from Acid Cloud, but from the Storm Dragon. So it's it's complicated, and Cloudians aren't worth it.
Yeah, exactly.
Although I will say, Cloudians have one really they just hate once per turns because I'm just gonna summon another one by banishing the other one.
Sure. I was wondering why you destroyed it.
Well, also Fog Control.
True.
So I've got 2 guys that can't be destroyed by battle. That's it. Let's see if this guy has less than 1,000.
Well, so it does have less than 1,000. It is my alien gray, so I will put a cloud counter on the storm dragon.
All right.
I think I say cloud count instead of a count.
Yeah.
When it's destroyed by battle and sent to the graveyard, I can draw a card, which I will.
What was that?
When it's destroyed by battle, I draw a card.
Oh, nice.
Strictly Better Skill Angel, I think is the code. It's still your turn, by the way.
Oh, right. My bad. Not anymore.
Alright. I will activate Alien Overload's effect to give Acid Cloud a counter.
Yep.
I almost said Storm counter again. We'll banish the combination to search.
Mm-hmm.
Searching out a doggy.
Doggy.
I will normal summon the gray, special summon the dog. And then I guess the 2 A counters can. It doesn't realistically matter. I'm going to link them off.
Mm-hmm.
For the Alien Shock Trooper M frame.
Mm-hmm.
Effects irrelevant. I will activate the Viper's Rebirth because all my graveyard monsters are reptile.
Mm-hmm.
Summon a non-tuner. I will bring back the doggy. And I will link off for the Cosmic Slicer, so all your things will get changed to defense and blown up.
Right.
The hard count. This was really cathartic for me after last week. Apparently aliens hard counter Cloudians. The counters are better, I guess. And go to combat, and I will swing for 48. Main 2.
Mm-hmm.
I'll set a card, and I will pass.
All right. Real talk. Will you activate a monster effect on my main phase this turn?
No.
You win.
Do you have a monster?
Nothing that will get me there in any capacity.
I really wanted. I was gonna BM slightly because I really wanted to activate this card. Aliens just randomly have a destruction virus for some reason.
That's really funny.
I don't know why. Yeah, this was probably the best aliens have ever looked and probably will ever look against Cloudian. Oh my god, that was a very hard counter.
Yeah, that was. Although I don't know if that's fair, because to say that you hard countered Cloudians implies that they fought.
I mean, Penguins. I also did not fight during the Penguin episode.
That's fair. That's fair.
And then you did do damage to me.
That, you know what? I will say that Cloudians did in fact at least make some plays.
They did do damage, though. I think Fairy Box did more damage than they did. I'm also relieved that you got this. Now I don't have to play Cloudians. That was one of the ones I was kind of afraid of.
Yeah, that one was rough. I was like, there's some cool stuff on here, like we could like wind up playing Ojama. They're kind of cool, fun for a bad deck. There's some half decent stuff on here that's not nearly as bad, but nope, yeah. I got this. But you know what? It's off the wheel now. We've tied up the series. We're going into things fresh. I'll have the catch-up mechanics next week. It should be better.
Yeah. It is kind of funny too. I just noticed episode 1 we had like fire and fire, and then this one we had counter and counters. Just the fact
we also had flip deck and flip deck.
That's
too.
True.
Like we keep finding we keep accidentally finding theme matches.
Series is tied up again. Not in rock paper scissors though. I'm crushing rock paper scissors. But that's what I'm after in this series. As long as I keep the winning record there, I'm happy. I can lose every episode after this, and as long as I'm winning RPS, I'm content. Thank you guys.
Have a good everybody.
Thank you all for watching, and we'll see you next week.